Hello, welcome to Dr. Vicki's Kitchen. Today we're making a recipe that I'm very excited about because it's bread, but it's not bread in any of the bad ways. There's no refined flour, there's no additives, there's no gluten, there's no dairy. This bread not only couldn't be healthier for you, but it couldn't be easier to make. And the whole inspiration came from Dr. Sterling over here, who's going to share the story of how it all happened.
Yes, so over the new year I was traveling in Russia and the family that I was staying with was trying to figure out what to feed me because I'm gluten-free and all this other stuff, and they're not as gluten-free savvy as we are here in America, so they were able to create this bread of nuts and seeds smushed together, and it looked like a normal bread loaf but just a lot of nuts and seeds. And I was like, you sure there's no bread? There's no anything in it? They're like, yeah, I swear, it's just nuts and seeds. And I was like, okay. And I had it and it was delicious. So I came home, I told my mom about it and she got inspired and she decided to accept the challenge and make her own kind of version and see if it can be just as good. And it was. And so that's what we've made here, which we'll show you how to do. And it's great because it's very versatile. We're able to have it toasted, cold. You can put it as like some sandwich bread. You can have it just as a snack. So there are a lot of uses and it's very healthy and very filling.
Great, should we get started and make it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've made this a couple of different ways. By the way, the recipe's on our website, rootcosmedicalclinic.com, under recipes. So I'm going to start with, this is 1.5 cups of rolled oats. Make sure it's absolutely gluten-free. The other way I made this recipe, if you don't do well with oats, is I used quinoa flakes, and I just used a cup. The next ingredient is a cup of sunflower seeds, always organic. I use 100% organic. And then we have 1/2 cup of pumpkin seeds. Thank you. It's so nice to have an assistant.
You're welcome.
1/2 cup of whole almonds. Believe it or not, we just keep them whole, so how much easier could this possibly be? We also have 1/2 cup of flax seeds, golden flax seeds. You know, the nuts and the seeds are so loaded with antioxidants and anti-cancer properties that this bread truly couldn't be healthier, and it's loaded with fiber, which is very important because most Americans, 97% of Americans, are deficient in fiber. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and actually that's one of the secret ingredients to this because chia absorbs a lot of fluid, and so it's one of the ways that this bread actually holds together even though there's no flour. The next ingredient is the other secret ingredient. This is 4 tablespoons of psyllium husk powder, and if you've never seen that before, this is what it looks like. You can get this, it's sometimes in the vitamin section of like a Whole Foods or something like that. Is not necessarily in the food section because it is considered part of almost a nutrient, because doctors who have patients that need better gut health and better fiber sometimes recommend they put it in some water or something like that. It bulks up this bread and holds it together. So between the chia seed and the psyllium, that's what's holding this bread together. Do you want to stir, and then I'll do the last few ingredients. So we have 1 teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, just a little bit of salt. Oh, which stuck to the bowl. Hang on. There we go. And then, good. Now all we're left with is the liquid. So those are all the dry ingredients, and now we can add the liquid.
Okay.
Okay. You want to start with the maple syrup?
Yeah.
So it's just 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, organic, of course. Great. Then we have 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. Now you can use the unrefined coconut oil if you prefer no coconut flavor, or if you like the flavor of coconut, use refined. And then, yeah, that's 1.5 cups of water. And that's it. It's all mixed together. It doesn't look like much, which you're about to see because we're going to pour it into the loaf pan. But what happens is you give 2 hours for this to sit. And during that time, the water goes into all those ingredients we talked about, and it will be solid before you put it in the oven. As you can see, it's very loose. This is not thick at all, which I love as a woman who doesn't have big muscles like Dr. Sterling, because it's not one of these things that you feel like you're slugging away, you know, trying to get it all stirred up. So that's all you do. Now, I did put a little bit of the coconut oil to grease this pan, so it's important that it's greased. You're gonna let it sit for 2 hours. The moisture is going to absorb. After 2 hours, it will be solid. You put it into an oven at 350 for just 20 minutes. When it comes out, you flip it over onto a cookie sheet or a pizza pan, back in the oven for another 20 minutes, and then it's ready to enjoy. We'll show you what it looks like, and until next time, we wish you very good health from Dr. Vikki's Kitchen, and let me know how you enjoy this. It's very healthy, and I think your family's gonna love it.